So go ahead and take a deep breath in, sit up. Oh, before we get started, I want to make sure, hey Jen, that you all have something like a blanket or a towel or a pillow towards the end of class. You're going to need it to prop up one side of your hip. I'm going to bet. Connie, good morning. I miss your face. So go ahead and come to a seated position after you go and get that towel. And then once you find your seated position, take a deep breath in, reach your arms up to the sky, bring your hands together, and close your eyes as you bring your hands to heart center. Drop your chin or not, hands to the thighs or not. Isn't it great, Johnny? And just feel the breath moving in and out through your nose. Hey, Steph. Conscious breathing, the noticing of the inhale and exhale is the most basic Buddhist practice for touching peace. Peace is all within us. It's whether or not we can connect to it. So as you breathe in and as you breathe out, just notice how it begins to affect your body. And then to yourself, repeat after me as you do this. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. As you breathe in, say, dwelling in the present moment. And as you breathe out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, dwelling in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, calming. Breathing out, smiling. Breathing in, present moment. Breathing out, wonderful moment. Keep that going, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. So breathing in is just that connection of mind and body. Good morning. And breathing out with that smile is mindfulness and the wonder of a smile. That present moment is letting go of what could be and waiting and knowing that we're capable of being alive in the present moment and stop postponing being alive in the future, but being alive right now. And then the wonderful moment, aware that the here and now is the only moment to be alive. And it's the most important task. So one more time together, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, dwelling in the present moment. Thanks, Butch. And breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Just settle in that thought. Again, it's from Thich Nhat Hanh, Living Buddha, Living Christ. Reach your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Open your eyes. Look up. And then go ahead and place your left hand next to your left hip. Reach your right arm up and over. You can start your playlist. It's a fun, uplifting playlist going with that exhale of smiling. Breathe in, reach both arms up to the sky. Good morning, everyone. When I was meditating, exhale, right hand next to your right hip, left arm up and over. Hi, Ann. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky and just fold over your crossed ankles. Nothing fancy. Don't be fancy. We'll get fancy later. By the way, this is my daughter, Hannah, in case you don't know her. Ma, wonderful demo girl. Reach the arms back up to the sky as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just bring your hands behind you and open up your chest. And yawn, apparently. Good. Breathe in, reach up, calm. Breathe out, stretch to the left, smile. Breathe in, reach up, present moment. To the right, breathe out, wonderful moment. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, fold down again. And you see Butch is on. Butch, do you see Anne's on? Morning, Toby. Breathe in, reach up again. Bring your hands behind you again as you exhale, lift the chest. And then this time as you walk forward, your hands come to hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance apart, broaden the collarbones, broaden your cheeks, maybe lift the edges of your smile and look up, breathe in, arch the back and exhale, round the back and maybe sit back towards child's pose a little bit, stretching those arms. And then breathe in, come up. That's only your sister, Tony. And maybe come forward to up dog or a cobra a little bit. And then exhale, round your back, maybe come back towards child's. Or just stay in that traditional cat-cow. It's up to you, arching and rounding the back. So you can exaggerate by coming towards a cobra or maybe just arching the back. And then exaggerate by going back towards child's or just rounding the back. So the idea is to warm up the spine, right? We've been sleeping, maybe, and just to warm up the body. That's all. Just two more. Breathe in. Calm. Breathe out. Smile. There she is. Breathe in. Present moment. Breathe out. Wonderful moment. All right, come to hands and knees again. Is that twice? I think it was. Now keep your hips right over your knees and walk your arms forward. Walking your arms forward, trying to keep those upper arms lifted and softening the head and heart between the arms. This is going to be a great stretch for your shoulders, great stretch for your chest, for your triceps, for your armpits. You feel all the arm workout we did this week? Mm-hmm. Maybe that third eye rests on the mat. Maybe you can get that towel or blanket or pillow and place it underneath your head. Aw, me too, Alicia. Good. One more breath here. Good. And then go ahead, slide right forward to cobra. You're close enough. You got to wiggle your legs back, got to wiggle your arms forward, roll your shoulders back, hands underneath the shoulders, open up the front of the body, and then exhale, lower down. Push up to hands and knees and sit back to child's pose. Oh, I'm really liking my playlist this morning. It's really uplifting. Enough of the mellow shit we've been dealing with. Come forward to hands and knees, curl the toes under, and find downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bend one knee, stretch the other heel back and down. Shift your weight into that straight-legged hip, and then bend the other knee and shift into the opposite straight-legged hip. Does that make sense when I say that? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It does matter because I want you guys to understand. All right, straighten both of your legs. Lift up onto your tippy toes. Round your back and come forward to plank pose. So you can always lower your knees down first or bend your elbows through chaturanga and to your bellies. Roll your shoulders to the back of your body as you breathe in. Lower back down as you breathe out. Press up to hands and knees. Sit back to child's pose. So my mother was questioning me about my class, and it was like, what is chaturanga? What is vinyasa? So I'll try and explain those things to some of you guys. That's exactly how my mom sounds, by the way. And walk you through. So if you ever have questions about what I'm saying, go ahead and put it in the comment box and I will definitely address it. Okay, so come forward to hands and knees, curling your toes under. Now sit back towards child's pose again with your toes curled under, towards. Now lift your knees up so your knees are hovering and you're in this kind of hovered child's pose. Sit your hips back a little bit more. Your arms are stretching, and then straighten your legs and come to plank pose. Good, then lift your hips up and come to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Come forward to plank pose. Bending your elbows, you can always lower your knees down first or through chaturanga, which is just a low plank. Lower to your bellies. Roll your shoulders back to cobra. Breathe in. And then go ahead, sit right back to child's pose with your toes curled under. There's a hint. From your toes curled under in child's pose, lift your knees, hover the knees, and come forward to plank pose. You can take a push-up, Tony, or anyone else, and then downward facing dog. From plank, we go to downward facing dog. I know, you'll get used to it. Come forward to plank pose. Lower all the way to your bellies through chaturanga. Roll your shoulders to the back body as you breathe in, cobra, and then back to child's pose with your toes curled under. From child's pose, lift your knees, come forward to plank pose, option for a push-up, and downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out, let it go. Come forward to plank pose. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down. Hey, Laura. Roll your shoulders back for cobra, breathe in, and then push back to child's pose, breathe out. Toes are curled under so you can lift the knees, hover, come forward to plank pose, option for a push-up, and then downward facing dog. We'll come back to that, don't worry. That's our vinyasa. So vinyasa is a series of poses that we follow after a different sequence. It connects us back to downward facing dog. It can always be skipped, and it's usually plank, from whatever position we're in, warrior two, standing split, something, and then you go to plank, lower down to your bellies, find cobra, and downward facing dog. So I hope my mom is happy with those two explanations. All right, take a little walk to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, or forward fold, not Utkatasana, that's chair pose, which we'll also do. But in forward fold, let your knees be slightly bent, let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. Thank you for those thumbs up. I guess I explained it okay. And give your head a little shake. And then breathe out, calming. Breathe out, smile. Breathe in, present moment. Breathe out, wonderful moment. Good morning, Dennis. Bend your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Take a deep breath in, lift that chest up as you reach those arms up, and then bring your hands to heart center as you exhale. Speaking of Utkatasana, bend your knees, sit back towards chair pose. Toes are light in chair pose or Utkatasana, and belly is lifted. Hey, Julie. Shoulders are back. Sit back a little bit deeper into your heels. Good. And fold all the way down. Forward fold. Utkatasana. Lift halfway up. Breathe it. Uttanasana. Holy shit, I forgot that. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana is forward fold. Utkatasana is chair pose. Plant the hands. Step back to plank pose. Somebody teach me about yoga. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your bellies. Roll your shoulders back for cobra. And remember what we did earlier. Sit back to child's pose with your toes curled under. From that position, you're going to lift your knees, hover a little bit, come forward to plank pose. You can take a push-up if you'd like, and then downward facing dog. Or two push-ups. Go, Hannah. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out.
I thought we were going to do
Look to the front of your mat. Option to step or jump to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe in, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach those arms up. Hey, Sheila. Exhale, hands to heart center. Yes, Sheila Mason. Sit back to chair pose. Lift those toes. Heels are heavy. Booty's heavy. Sit back a little bit deeper and forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Breathe in. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Bend your elbows. Lower all the way down. Roll your shoulders back as you breathe in. Sit back to that child's pose with the toes curled under. Lift those knees up, hover, come forward to plank pose. One push up if you'd like, and then downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Little Justin Timberlake. Woohoo! Can't stop this feeling of wonderful present moment. Take a deep breath in, bend your knees, step or float to the front of your mat. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise up, inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Sit back to chair pose. Wonderful moment. Forward fold as you exhale. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Step back or float back through vinyasa, but end up in that child's pose after cobra with the toes curled under. Come forward, the knees hovering. and to plank pose. Back to those knees hovering into that child's pose and to plank pose. Do it again, child's pose, hovering those knees. Plank pose, one push-up or not, and downward facing dog. How you feeling, people? Are you warmed up? Can't stop this feeling. Dance, dance. Let's do it one more time. Take a deep breath in. Step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand. Here you go. Hands to heart center, chair pose. Forward fold. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Step or float back. Find your way back into that child's pose after the cobra. From that child's pose, hover the knees. Come forward to plank pose. Option for a push-up. And then everyone lower to your bellies. Reach your arms out in front of you.
Rough.
I know, I'm chirpy. I know, Nancy. I decided that I've been too mellow in my life this week. So I'm trying to bring back the enthusiasm of life. Wonderful moment. My daughter's dying right now. Reach your arms out in front of you. Your belly is on the mat. Lift your armpits and your shoulders away from the mat. Lift your arms away from the mat. Lift your legs away from the mat. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. Pull your shoulders to the back body. Reach your arms forward again and lower down. Okay, you got that? Take a deep breath in and let it go. Reach those arms out in front of you. Come on, girl. Good. Lift the legs. Lift those arms higher than your head. There you go. Bend the elbows right next to the sides of your body. There you go. Bend those knees. Reach the arms forward. Lower all the way down. Let's do it one more time. Lift up. Bend the elbows and knees. Reach the arms forward. Lower down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Push up to plank pose and back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Breathing in calm, very important. Connecting to the body and the mind. Breathing out, smile. Breathing in, present moment. Breathing out, wonderful moment. Bend your knees, step or float to the front of your mat. You don't think we were going to forget this, did you? Chair pose. Walk your out the door. I did my hair yesterday. I checked my nails. They're bad. Lift your heels. Sit back towards those heels. So you are in a little squat here. Here you go, right here. Hi, Lauren. Good. Take another breath. All the way back to your backs for some core work. All right, what are we going to do today? Head into my head. Navasana. Stay right here, Navasana, while I try and remember. So boat pose, Navasana, shoulders back, legs extended. You're sitting just behind your sit bones, but you're lifting your belly so that you have a little arch versus a roundness in your low back. Hold it for 3 more breaths. Good. Come all the way onto your backs. Lift your legs up towards the sky. Good. Pull your knees into your chest and lift your shoulders and back off the mat. So you're lifting up as much as you can. Hello, Samar. Or Basam. Hello. And then tap your toes as you lower your upper body. Good. And then squeeze it all back in again. And then tap your toes. And squeeze it all back in. These are my favorite because it gets everything. And then tap the toes. Squeeze in. Tap the toes. Squeeze in. Tap the toes. One more. Squeeze in. Tap the toes. Now, lift those knees and bring them to the left. Your legs are hovering. Your head, neck, and shoulders are off the ground. You're squeezing the right side of the body, and then you're lowering down. Squeeze the right side of the body and lower down. You got 4 more. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. 1. Lower. Come back to center. Squeeze it nice and tight. Tap the toes. Squeeze it nice and tight. Drop the knees to the right. Squeeze the left side of the body and lower. Squeeze the left side of the body and lower. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. And last one. There you go. Give yourself a hug. Pull the knees into the chest. Drop the knees to the left and look to the right. Breathe. Breathe in calm. Breathe out happy. Pull the knees into the chest and drop your knees to the right and look to the left. I'm actually blessed this week because I got up every morning and meditated, something I've always wanted to do. I just am making the time. What else do I have to do? Pull the knees into the chest, rock and roll, and then find your way back to downward facing dog. All righty. Good morning. Lift that right leg up towards the sky. Bend your right knee and just open up your right hip. Try to keep your shoulders square and your left heel stretching straight back. And then straighten that leg right out behind you again. Drop that right hip so your hips are square to the mat. And then pull the right knee into your nose. And then swing the right knee towards your right shoulder and step that right foot outside of that right hand. Good. And then just settle here a little bit. Keep your hips a little high. And then soften your heart down. Maybe even bend your elbows a bit. So you're in lizard pose or gecko or whatever you want to call it. So you're starting to soften those hips and open those up a little bit. Keep that left leg lifted. The knee is not down. I'm not even giving you that option today. Good. Take another breath here. Scott, welcome. Good. All right. Pressing into those hands. Lift those hips. Go back to that three-legged dog. That straight leg. Straight leg. Yeah. Pull the knee straight into the nose and step the foot between the hands. Now walk your hands inside of the right foot and then walk all the way to the back of the mat. Tracy, for speed skaters. So bend the left knee. You're at the back of your mat and your right leg is straight. Now lift up a little bit. So don't settle too much into those hips because I want you to walk that left hand in front of the left foot and reach the right arm up to the sky. So you're going to need some foundation, some grounding, but you're also going to need a little lift in those hips and that belly. Hand is super low. You do not have to be that low. Take another breath here. Bring the hands down and just going to speed skate to the front of your mat. So bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Good. And then you're going to walk your right hand in front of your right foot and reach the left arm up to the sky. Good. And then walk your hands to the middle of your mat so you're facing the long side of your mat. Straighten both of your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Good. Heels are behind the second or third toes so your feet are parallel with one another. And just let your body go. So your upper body go. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Put a little bend in your knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way to standing. Keep your feet where they are. Reach your arms up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And then you're going to spin your right toe to the front of the mat. Bend your right knee. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Gaze out over those fingertips. Relax the shoulders. Feel how tight your hips are. Find your breath. Stand as much in the back leg as you are in the front leg. So really push into the pinky toe side of that left foot. My teacher used to say you should be able to stand so strongly in your back leg that your front leg can lift up. Never been able to do it, but the idea is to remind yourself that both legs are super strong in this pose. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Now straighten your right leg, reach, press into the right big toe mound and reach back a little bit further. Now reach up with that right arm again and forward and find triangle pose. Thank you, Erica. You'll love it. Roll the shoulders to the back body. Lift your ears so that your head is in line with your spine. Take another breath here. Left hand comes down. Lift your back heel off the mat and then come into a standing split. So the left leg is off the ground. You're folding over your right leg and just relax. So when we get moving, this could be kicking up into handstand. And some of you are like, don't worry about it if you don't know it. But there are some people who love handstands. Take another breath. And then when you're ready, find your way back to downward facing dog. So if you want to take that vinyasa with a plank, go to child's pose, to plank again, with a push-up, you can do that, or you can go right back to down dog, or come to child's pose, or just traditional vinyasa. Hi, Dan. All right, we have the other side. So lift that left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, open that hip. Keep that right side of the body strong. So the right heel straight back, that right shoulder is lifted. You're stretching through that left hip. Oh, Heidi, hello. Good, take another breath in. Square those hips, straighten the left leg. Pull the left knee into the nose, bring the shoulders over the wrist. Swing that left knee to the left shoulder and then step that left foot outside the left hand for gecko or lizard. Good. So hips are slightly lifted. This is going to help you later to remember. And then start to soften your upper body, bending those elbows. You're inside of that left foot. Aw, thank you. A few more breaths here. It's a good song, Sunday Best. Good. All right, press into those hands. Lift those hips again. You're going back to a three-legged dog. Straight leg lifted. Pull the knee into your nose. Step it forward. Hands inside the left foot. Speed skate all the way to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee. Bring that right hand in front of the right foot. Lift the left arm to the sky. Ah. Both hands are down. Walk to the front of your mat. Bend your left knee. Bring that left hand in front of the left foot. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Awesome. Bring those hands down. Straighten both of your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana. Headstand if you want it, Antoine. A few more breaths here. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way to standing. Reach the arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Spin the left toes to the front of your mat. Bend your left knee. Warrior two. Settle. Breathe in calm. Breathe out smile. Breathe in present moment. Breathe out wonderful moment. Flip your left palm, straighten the left leg, press into that left big toe mount, reach back a little bit further with that left arm, there you go. And then reach that left arm up into the front of the mat and then down to triangle pose. So this is a good place for a block or your hand on your shin. In my triangle, the way I teach it, I bring the hand to the outside of the foot because I like to make this pose into a back bend. I'm from an Anusara background, and we're all about the back bends in Anusara, as long as everything else is supported, the legs, the core, the shoulder blades. So that's why that triangle is that way. One more breath. Right hand comes down. Lift that left heel off the ground, square your hips to the mat, standing splits, right leg in the air. One more breath here. All right, you can bend your knees, step back to plank pose, lower down to your bellies, cobra, child's pose, lifting those knees, come forward to plank pose, one push up and down dog. Take that as slowly as you want. I was just previewing where you could go. All right, we're gonna move that a little bit quicker. Of course we are. So lift the right leg in the air, squared hips. Pull the right knee forward to your right shoulder. Step the right foot outside of your right hand. Settle your heart down. Can you start to come down to your forearms? Keep your hips lifted. If you're down to your forearms, can you lift your hips up a little bit higher and maybe bring your right hand to the back of your right foot, trying to get your shoulder under your leg? Some of you, that's like, oh, maybe next lifetime. Some of you are there, so don't worry about it. If you can get that shoulder under, great. If not, no worries. One more breath. Bring the hands inside of the right foot. Three-legged dog, right leg straight back. Pull the knee into your nose, step it forward. Speed skate to the back of your mat. Left hand in front of the left foot. Right arm up to the sky. Now listen up. From here, we're going right to warrior two at the front of your mat. So right toes to the front of your mat. Right knee is bent. Lift those arms. Swing forward. Warrior two. Not easy. A lot of core. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out, settle. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, straighten the right leg, and as you exhale, triangle pose. Watch that hyperextended knee. Take a big breath in, lower shoulders are back, and a big breath out, lower the left hand to the mat. Standing splits, front of the mat. If you'd like, you're going to hop that right foot back a little bit. You're going to plant your hands on the mat, and you're going to bring your shoulders right over your wrists. You're going to lift your right heel off the mat and lift those hips, starting to bring them over the shoulders. And then you can kick up a few times and maybe make your way towards a handstand. And then find your way back through downward facing dog. Just have fun with it, you guys. Don't overthink whether you can do a handstand or not. If you're getting that right heel off the ground and maybe a little lift underneath your foot, cool. It's about the core. And it's about the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the shoulders. Just have fun. Take a big breath in. Let that shit go. And exhale. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have swore. Can't help it. It's a great little song. It's the the fourth time? Okay, good. Left leg to the air. Here we go. Breathe in. Left knee, left shoulder. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Keep the hips high. That's going to help to try and get that shoulder under. Soften the heart down. Walk the left hand maybe to the back of the left foot. Maybe you get that left shoulder under. The hips have to be high. Good morning, Kelly. Let that head go. Breathe. All right, shoulder that leg. Place the hands inside the left foot. Lift the left leg straight back. Step the left foot between the hands. Speed skate to the back of the mat. Right hand in front of right foot. Left arm to the sky. Engage the core. You really have to push down to lift up. You're bending that left knee. The left toes are pointing forward. Right to warrior two. Very good. Awesome, you guys. Good. Take a big breath in. Settle the hips down as you exhale. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior, then straighten the left leg, and then come forward to triangle pose. Drop the right hand, square those hips, standing splits. So you can stay in standing splits, or you can hop that left foot back a bit. The palms have to be on the mat. Now lift your left heel, and as you do, bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your shoulders. Now bend your left knee and kick your legs up towards the sky so that hips lift. Yes, good. Do it again. Lift your good. One last time. Kick up, breathe in. And vinyasa. Woo! Hannah Camp. Way to go, girlfriend. Find your way back to downward facing dog. I hope you said calm, smile, present moment, wonderful moment, and not worry about a thing, okay? It's not a big deal. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Come forward to plank pose. Lower down to hands and knees. Yeah, I don't know. I want you on hands and knees. Now, you can be in hands and knees, or you can be in plank pose here, okay? Let's sit back to child's pose for a minute, give you a break. Walk your hands towards your heels and just relax. Good. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Aw, Kara. All right, walk those hands forward again, and then hands and knees. So again, you can be on hands and knees or not. So what we're doing a little bit of back body strengthening today, in addition to the front work with the core. So we did some when we were on our bellies and we lifted those arms and bended those elbows. You can also do this in plank pose. So start with hands and knees and see how you feel. You're going to lift your right leg straight back. Toes are pointing to the floor, straight back. Now come on to your left fingertips, engage your core, start to find that balance, and lift the left arm forward. John Bernanke. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Now pull the elbow to the knee and the knee to the elbow, and reach it back out and place the hand and knee down. Just going to go to the other side just so you can feel it on your hands and knees. Lift the left leg straight back, engage your core, pull to the midline of the body, lift the right arm. Hold it there, breathe. Pull the elbow into the knee into the elbow, extend both the right arm and the left leg, place the right arm and the left knee down. Okay, so try it in plank pose, and you're going to fall, and that's okay. So in plank pose, shoulders over the wrist, core is engaged, claw the mat with your fingertips. Lift the right leg, just an inch, okay? Engage your core, pull to the midline of the body, come on to the left fingertips, reach your left arm forward, maybe not, like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Good. Maybe pull the elbow to the knee. Reach it back out. Place the left hand down in the right leg. Awesome work, you guys. Left leg lifted an inch. Engage, squeeze into the midline of the body. That means pull everything in, your inner thighs, your core. Now come onto your right fingertips. Keep engaging. And then maybe reach that right arm forward. And then maybe elbow to knee. And reach it back out. Place the right hand, left leg. One more time each side. Right leg. Squeeze. Left hand. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Maybe elbow to knee. Maybe not. Maybe you're just happy lifting a finger. Place the hand and the knee down. Or foot down. No knee. Left leg, right hand. Take your time. Take your time. Start with the foot, then the arm, then squeeze it in, then reach it out, then place the hand, and downward facing dog. Do you need a child's pose?
Yeah.
Child's pose. Thank God Hannah's here because she could tell me you guys needed a child's pose. Breathe in, calm. Breathe out happy. Breathe in present moment. That's all you got is right here, right now. Not worrying about what's happening, not anticipating, not planning, but being right in this wonderful, perfect moment. Hands and knees. Down, down. Enough of that perfect moment. Let's move on. Right leg to the sky. Step the right foot forward between the hands and all the way up to crescent lunge. Ah. All right. Bring those arms forward and then down and back behind you. Good. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms forward, down and back behind you. Good. Inhale all the way back up. And then reach the arms forward. Engage your core. Shift your weight into your right foot and lift your left leg. Warrior 3. So your leg is straight. Your hands are wherever you like them. Bend your right knee. Reach those left toes to the back of the mat. Back to crescent lunge. Inhale all the way up. Reach the arms forward again. Lean right out over the right leg. Shift your weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg. Warrior 3. One more time. Bend the right knee. Left toes to the back of the mat. Inhale the arms all the way up to the sky. Reach the arms forward. Shift your weight into your right foot. Warrior 3. Settle. Breathe in calm. Breathe out smile. Breathe in present moment. Breathe out wonderful moment. Now, bend your right knee. Place your right hand down on the mat. Lift and open your left hip and reach your left arm up to the sky. So the right knee can stay bent. The right hand can be on a block or a soup can or whatever you got, a dog, a baby. Lift your ears so they're in line with your spine. There you go. Open the chest a little bit more. Remember, I like to make everything into a back bend. Breathe in. Bend your right knee. Reach your left toes to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Ooh, you okay? You all right? Take a few breaths here. All right, we're going to have some more fun. Engage your core right here. This is really important. So feel the belly button pulling in towards the back of the body. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. If you don't know that, don't worry about it. Sink the hips a little bit more. Flip the right palm. Reverse your warrior. Now reach back with the right hand. The right knee is still bent. Now reach your left arm to the back. So you're taking the left hand off of the left leg and you're grabbing a beach ball behind you. Keep the beach ball in your hands. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Straighten your right leg. Reach the beach ball to the front of your mat. Triangle pose. Extended triangle pose. Got the beach ball. Good. Reverse your warrior. Bend your right knee again. Bring the left hand down the back leg. And then right elbow, right knee, side angle. Saddle. So if you'd like, you can take that left hand to the back body. The back of the hand is on that right hip pocket. Pushing into that forearm on that low back, opening up that left shoulder a little bit more. That right hand can be inside of the right leg, pushing on the right leg so that you open up a little bit more. If you're a binder, you bind. No big deal. Engage your core. Same engagement of core as you had with that extended triangle if you're binding. One more breath. Hands down to the inside of the right foot. Lift your back heel off the ground. And soften inside for gecko pose. If you'd like, get that shoulder under. If you'd like, and you got that shoulder under, walk your hands wide. So your right shoulder's underneath your right leg, and your arms maybe extend out to airplane pose. No worries. This is not easy, any of these modifications I'm giving you, so stick with the original pose if you find that this is too challenging. Bring the hands back inside of the right foot, step back to plank pose, and we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. If you need a child's pose, please take a child's pose. Hello, all these people who are popping in at the end. Please know that this will live on my Facebook page. This will also live on Balance Yoga's YouTube page. And if you go to Balance Yoga, you can buy a class pass. It's always optional. Some have the ability at this time to give, and some people don't, and that's why we're making it optional. Class pass is $8. It helps Balance Yoga, a small business. And if you want to do a YouTube pass, it's I think it's $25. Both things are optional on, I know, Nancy, on the, we will stretch the quads later, I promise, on the website Balance Webster. Left leg to the sky, breathe it in and up. Pull the left knee into the nose, step the foot between the hands. Inhale all the way up to crescent lunge. Settle here for a breath. Reach the arms forward, down, and back. Inhale all the way up. So the legs don't change. You're engaging your core. Reach the arms forward, down, and back. Can you feel your back body as well as your core working? Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale the arms forward, down, and back. And then last time, inhale the arms up. Reach the arms forward. Shift your weight into your left leg and reach the right leg up. Tony D'Agostino, hey, blast from the past. Bend your left knee, reach the right toes to the back of the mat. Inhale all the way up, crescent lunge. Exhale, reach those arms forward. Shift the weight into the left foot, warrior three. Bend your left knee, reach those right toes to the back of the mat. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, this is the last time. Reach forward, weights in the left foot, warrior three. Find your warrior three, then bend your left knee. Start to peel that right hip open, that right shoulder open, right hand down on the mat, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Breathe, calm, happy, present, and wonderful moment. All right, bend your left knee, reach the right toes to the back of your mat, warrior two. Settle in warrior two. That was a lot. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Now, keep your right arm reaching back. Lift your left arm off of your left leg so you're grabbing the beach ball. Right arm off of the right leg. Good. Grab the beach ball up towards the ceiling. Straighten your left leg. Keep the beach ball, but bring it forward into triangle with no arms. Good. Bring the beach ball back up towards the sky. Bend your left knee. Reach back for reverse warrior again. Right hand down the right leg. Left arm up. And then bring that right arm forward for side angle. So in side angle, the right elbow can be on the right thigh. The left hand can stay up and over the ear. Or you're going to bring it to the back body where you're bringing the back of the left hand to the right hip pocket. Push that left hip pocket, thank you. Right arm, back of the right hand to the left hip pocket. Thank you, Hannah. And then you're going to push on that right forearm. Pull the right shoulder back. That left arm is inside of the left leg, pushing on the left leg to open up the chest a little bit more. Maybe you take that left arm underneath the left leg. Maybe not. No worries. One last breath. All right, release the hands down inside the left foot. You can heel toe that left foot wide. Lift the right heel off the mat. Thank you, Kathleen. And then find that gecko pose. So your hips are high, your heart is soft. Maybe you're down on the forearms. Shimming those shoulders down, maybe getting that left shoulder under, maybe walking your left hand underneath that left leg and out to the side of your mat. The right hand is to the other side of the mat. Engage your core. And maybe extend both arms out into airplane. Hands come down. Find your way back to down dog. Child's pose if you need it. Okay, I really want to do that one more time. And then I promise we're going to stretch it out. And we'll stretch the quads and we'll do some back bends. That should feel pretty good. That's why I wanted you guys to have a blanket or a towel or a pillow. It'll be worth it. Okay. So wonderful moment, right? This is it. This is the present moment. Doesn't matter how you did before, what you got going on later. This is your last sequence. So we're going to go for it, right? Breathing in calm, breathing out happy, breathing in present moment, breathing out wonderful moment. Here we go. Right leg to the sky. Pull the right knee into your nose. Step it forward, crescent lunge. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward, down, and back with the arms. Just one time. Hey, Lisa. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, forward with the arms. Engage that core. Warrior three. Place the right hand down. Lift the left arm to the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bend your right knee. Reach the left toes to the back of the mat. Reverse your warrior. Grab the beach ball. Straighten your leg. Bring those arms up to the sky and then forward to triangle pose. Now, if you want to have some fun, you can stay here or you can find Ardha Chandrasana again with no hands. With no hands, just reaching. You can keep reaching or bring your hands to heart center. Bend your right knee. Reach the left toes to the back of the mat. Reverse the warrior again. Side angle. So any variation is side angle. If you have a bind and you want to take that bind so that right arm's underneath the right leg, the left hand is behind the body, you're binding underneath the right leg, you can look in front of your right foot and take Bird of Paradise if you'd like. Don't worry about it if you don't have it. You can take Bird of Paradise or a bound half moon. You can play with it, trying to get that left foot off the mat. We'll all meet in gecko pose. So hands inside of that right leg. And you're just resting here. If you need to drop that left knee down, cool. Otherwise, you're softening that heart inside of that right leg. You're on your forearms. So Bird of Paradise, that was a really quickie. But if you're a Bird of Paradise lover, that would, take your time getting in and out of that. If you know it, great. If not, don't worry about it. Binding is challenging, and you can use a towel to help bind behind your back and not worry about, whether you can grab those hands or not. These are all just things to work towards. Yoga is a practice, just like life. And in the practice of yoga, there's always something that we can work on, right? Just like life, there's always something we can work on. We can work on being in the present moment. We can work on our breath. We can work on engaging our core, all of those different types of things. Hannah, step the right foot back. Everyone, step your right foot back and find forearm plank. Forearm plank, forearm plank. Engage your core. Hips are in line with your shoulders. There you go. One more breath. Lower your thighs down for Sphinx pose. Elbows and wrists are in line right underneath the shoulders. You're just softening your heart through and melting. So I like to throw things out as options because you never know unless you don't try. I guess that's what I mean. But you never know where your boundary is until you get past your boundary. And that's what we're learning about ourselves right now. Find your way back to down dog is how resilient we are and how we're able to handle these different things. So as I throw weird things at you, what the heck happens? Do you just give up? Do you turn off? Do you move on? Or do you try? Or do you just stay where you need to be? Like, these are all things that we're practicing here that we then take out into real life. And it's a test, not a test. It's a practice of learning our boundaries, of learning what we are capable of. Left leg to the sky. Pull the knee into your nose. Step the foot between the hands. Inhale all the way up to crescent lunge. Exhale, forward, down and back with those arms, engaging your core. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, forward with those arms. Warrior three. Good. Bend your left knee. Place your left hand down. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Bend your left knee. Reverse your warrior all the way back with that right foot. Grab the beach ball. Engage your core. Come all the way up with the beach ball. Straighten the left leg. Reach those arms over your left leg for a beach ball. If you want to take it to half moon pose with the hands extended or hands to heart center, it's up to you. Bend your left knee. Reach the right toes to the back of the mat. Reverse your warrior. Right here, you can take the half bind if you want to. And then side angle. So side angle, that right arm can come to the back body, working towards that bind, pressing that forearm back onto your back. So you could peel that right shoulder open a little bit. That left arm's inside and under the left leg, maybe grabbing the opposite hand. If you're going to Bird of Paradise, you're stepping that back foot in, or maybe you're trying a balance. So that you are, here's Bird of Paradise. Whoa, rock star. Yes. We all just had to take a moment and look at that. Release the hands down inside of that left foot. Lift that back heel off the ground. Gecko pose. Softening, breathing. That back knee can be down if you like. Breathe. So I've been doing yoga for almost 20 years, and I still learn and grow and accept and challenge myself. That's the practice. I don't know anybody who's like a yoga expert. Back a while ago when this all started, people started doing yoga competitions, and I'm like, what's that about? Because it's not a competition. It's more about handling yourself in that moment, and that's what the present moment is about. All right, step that left foot back, forearm plank for just a hot sec, and then lower your thighs for Sphinx pose. Shoulders back, breathe. You can sway a little bit in here to relax those shoulders. You can look over one shoulder. Okay, we might go a couple minutes over. I hope that's okay. Where you got to go? Me nowhere. We're doing eggs today, though. Watch my Facebook page because we always do a competition every year for egg dyeing abilities. All right, come back to hands and knees and then sit back on your heels. Okay, we're going to do a couple of thigh stretches. So have that block or that blanket nearby. Step your right foot forward for Anjaneyasana. So the left knee is down. The right knee can go past the toes because it's not weight bearing. We're stretching the front of that left hip. So this should start to help that left quad as well as that hip flexor. Reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe bend the elbows a bit and lean back to open up your chest for a little back bend. So the hips are coming forward, the shoulders are coming back, the heart and the gaze is lifting. Howard, how the heck are you, friend? Take another breath in. And then bring the hands down to either side of the right foot and straighten that right leg. So if you want to bring that right leg out into a splits or just a hamstring stretch with the left knee down, whatever is going to feel good in the right hamstring. Slow your breath here. Okay, start to bend the right knee again. So start with the left knee over that left hip. You're going to take the right hip, the block or the blanket to the inside of that left leg, okay? And then you want to walk that left foot out just a bit. So let me see if I can give you a good angle here. So the left foot's going to be out a bit, and that block is going to be inside of that left foot. You're going to sit back inside of that left heel and bring that block or blanket underneath that right hip. If you can get down and get both hips down onto the mat, see how I'm like jacked into that right hip way down and that left hip is lifted? I need a little bit. So I need a little pillow underneath the right hip because you want your hips square. Okay, are my hips square? I'm on the top of my left foot and my left foot is outside of my left hip. So you should start to feel this in your quad. Your right knee can be bent or straight. Sit up tall. So you're going to stay right here. If you have knee pain, get out of this pose and you're just going to come to a quad stretch here. Okay? So a couple of options there. Walk the hands back. This is optional. You don't have to do this part. Left kneecap is always pointing forward. Don't let it swing out. Just that idea, that hurts. Roll the shoulders back, puff the chest. Then that left knee is forward. You're inside of the left foot. Maybe you walk back even further. Okay? Is this getting into your quads, Nancy? I hope so. Don't tell me now because you're focusing, but I'm hoping this is stretching the quads. If you can, go down onto those forearms. Some of you are right here, and this is enough, okay? So this is the practice. Where am I? If you can, you're all the way down onto your backs, and maybe those arms are reaching behind you. Okay, so here's the thing about this, is if this is too much in your low back, scoop that tailbone forward a bit, and that should take the pressure out of the low back. Take another breath. Try to relax. Try to be calm. And then come onto those forearms. Start to come forward. Good. Bend your right knee. Push back up into hands and knees. Whoo! And then sit back on your heels. You okay? We haven't done that stretch yet, but it's a good prep for a back bend. Not that we're going to go crazy back bends, but it's also a good stretch for your quads at any time. All right, here we go. Hands and knees. Left foot forward into Anjaneyasana. The left knee starts over that ankle and then goes forward. Lift the belly and chest. Roll the shoulders back. I love this song, Rise Up. I think it's more powerful than ever right now to rise up during this time. Reach the arms up to the sky. The hips are sinking forward. The shoulders are back. The heart's lifted. Maybe bend those elbows and really lean back. Hips are coming forward. Feeling that whole stretch from the top of the right knee all the way up to the hip flexor. The shoulders are back. Breathe in. And then come forward and straighten the left leg. Whew, so take this hamstring stretch wherever you feel good. If you want to take it into a full split, Hanumanasana, which my husband loves that word, so do I. He's like, why are you talking about monkey gods? That was a couple weeks ago, if you guys heard that class. If not, try to find it. All right, here we go. One more breath. Okay, bending the right knee. Take that block. Now, this side might be very different than the other side. This is going to be a better side for me. You're going to bring that blanket or block, whatever you have, inside of the right foot. You're going to walk the right foot a little bit wider, and you're going to sit back on that blanket. So what that does is it squares up the hips. So it's underneath your sit bone, okay? Ooh, my right foot, I can really feel the tightness in it. The right kneecap is forward, and the left knee can be bent or not. You could be right here and breathing. So remember that little mantra we had, breathe in calm, breathe out smile. Breathe in, present moment, right here, and breathe out. It's a wonderful moment. So you can stay right here, or you can start to walk the hands back. As you walk the hands back, if you're starting to feel a crunch in the low back, you're going to lift the hips a bit and reach that tailbone forward. And then maybe bring it down even further. And if it goes in the low back, you're going to lift up a little bit, tailbones forward. And maybe you go all the way down. This is my tighter side, so I'm going to stay right here. And then I'm going to try and find that mantra again. Calm. Smile, present, wonderful. All right, come onto your forearms, come onto your hands, bend your left knee, come forward, and then come onto your butts. Whew. Come all the way onto your backs. Keep your knees bent. Roll your shoulders to the back of the body. Upper arms on the mat, fingertips to the sky. Press into those upper arms. Lift your hips up and come into a bridge pose. So shimmy those shoulders under. Puff the chest up towards the chin. The chin lifts away from the chest. Walk those feet in maybe a little bit towards your hips if they're not right underneath the knees. Push into those feet. Push into those upper arms. Puff the chest a little bit more. And lower down. We're going to do it one more time, so if you want to take a full wheel, you can. I'll talk you through a full wheel if you've never done it before. Take your time. Hands next to your shoulders, fingertips pointing forward, elbows to the sky, shoulders to the back body. Come to the top of your heads. Fingertips are pointing towards your feet. Shoulder blades to the back body as the elbows point to the back of the room. Push into your feet and hands and straighten the arms to a full wheel. Otherwise, you're in bridge pose. Don't do this if your shoulders don't feel right, if your chest feels tight, if you have any sort of back pain. Look up, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Feet are wide. Drop your knees to the right. Knees to the sky, and over the other way. I will rise 1,000 times again. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Well, rise up, man. Can you come through this better than you started? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm trying for. Pull those knees into your chest. Widen those knees out to the side. Either grab the outsides of those legs or the bottoms of the feet for happy baby. And just sway a little bit side to side. Grab the outsides of the feet hand, the pinky toe side of the feet. There you go. And pull those feet down. Love that song. All right, pull the knees back into your chest. And then one leg at a time onto the mat. Go right to Shanti Peace Out if you're on the playlist for our Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Reach your arms overhead and just get a nice long stretch. Toes to the front of the room. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the sides of the body, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Slowing your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. We dropped right into this, so you might feel a little hyped. That's okay. Slow it down, slow your breath. Use your breath as a tool to help settle you into this final pose, Shavasana, which means corpse pose, which is a letting go and a trusting high down. Relaxing your jaw, dropping your tongue from the roof of your mouth, letting the shoulders go. Hi, Teresa. Letting your arms rest and trust of the support beneath you. Feeling and noticing your spine on your mat, except for that low back, which is probably lifted a bit. That's okay. Feel the thighs, the butt, the calves, your heels. If your legs are relaxed, I hope they are. The toes are pointing slightly out. Relaxing the muscles in your chest, in your belly, in your pelvis. Melting into the mat. Trusting the support of the earth, the gravity. Knowing that in this moment, this wonderful moment, it's all there for us. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your hands around your wrists, your feet around your ankles. Reach your arms up over your head. Take a deep breath in, your toes to the front of the room. And as you exhale, bend your knees and elbows and curl to the right sides of your bodies. Take a few breaths here. Using your hands, push up to seated. Keeping your eyes closed. Reach your arms to the sky when you get there. And as you exhale, pull your hands into heart center. Keep your eyes closed. So this mantra we've been using all class is a form of meditation, is a form of mindfulness, and is something that allows us to tune in. Meditation is a tool, Thich Nhat Hanh says, for surveying our own territory so that we can know what is going on. With the energy of mindfulness, we can calm things down, understand them, and bring harmony back to the conflicting elements inside us. This is the way we learn to touch the peace, joy, and happiness that is already there. and then we'll become healthy and strong and a resource for for others. I thank you for joining me, you guys. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful day and a blessed Easter if you celebrate. If not, just enjoy your weekend. Namaste, everyone.